Okay, episode 18.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Here we are.
Closing out summer.
Yeah, crazy.
Right? Closing out summer.
So we've been doing this now. This is episode 18, and we've done one a week. 18 weeks.
That would be 18 weeks.
Is that what that is?
Brilliant. Yes, very well done.
There's a 4, 8, 12,
We
16.
didn't even have to talk about that before.
That's like 4 months, 4.5 months.
That's a long time.
It's a long time to be doing this.
I know.
I mean, when we did our first one, we weren't sure we were going to do a second one.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Remember the mics died. That was I met somebody last night and they were like, I've listened to your podcast. I almost bought a new iPad because I got the audio and God, she's like, I was in the Down Center, I was listening, I'm like, oh God.
Is my blue light on?
Yes.
Okay.
She was like, I almost walked in the Apple store.
So funny. We were so...
We're
still not
so
better,
much more
right?
mature.
We still got it together now.
More mature. Okay.
This is the life session.
This is the life session because we haven't, and our theme, our book is Psalms, and first time we haven't talked about a person, like a specific. Even though Shunammite woman didn't have a name, she was specific.
Right, and this might be the first. It might be the first time we have a male legend.
This is true. We have to contact him.
So if that happens the way we were talking, this might be our first male legend. Which poor guy.
Some of these are David. Like there's
Most
a big
of them.
portion of these are David. So I mean,
I think
maybe
most
appropriate.
of them are men.
I think they're all
right. I mean, it's David, it's Solomon, and Aspen, whatever his name was,
and then the
Moses.
choir people.
So maybe some of the choir people, but I think most of them are men.
I don't think women knew how to write
or couldn't sing.
Right, but I don't seriously. I don't think.
I don't think they would have been accepted.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's any scripture that's written by women.
Right.
It's about women,
right?
But somebody wrote the book about them. I don't think there's
like
any
Miriam's song,
right?
But somebody else
David
wrote that,
it, right? Yeah. Or the book of Esther,
right?
Esther didn't write the book. Yeah. So I don't think that. Anyways, I don't know.
So we should have a male legend.
We should have a male legend.
Okay, we'll see if we can pull that off. But so anyway, we're going to dive into
the task
Psalms
was to pick a favorite Psalms this time.
We had to pick a favorite psalm. Each of us had to pick one, and interestingly enough, independently, we picked the same one.
Same one.
Yeah.
Truth be told, if we asked 100 people, 99 of them would have probably picked this one.
You think so?
I do. I mean, it's
Really?
the most famous.
I guess that's true.
The beginning. Obviously, we're talking about Psalms 1 at this point. So I would say most people would pick this Psalms, or the Lord, like Psalms 23.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you might have gotten
139.
Right.
Though,
I mean,
I feel like people would pick that.
139 is a psalm, but 119 I think is the middle of the Bible.
Yeah,
Psalms 119. If you go to the dead middle of the Bible, you end up at Psalms 119.
Doesn't that depend on your book?
I think when they break it, not like just physically, but like word-wise, they say chapters. Like I think they say Psalms 119 is the middle. I think I heard that somewhere.
Sometimes do you make this stuff up? Like
I might make it up.
The pastor's going to come after us and be like,
"That's not true, Tammie, at all."
Are you two?
I heard that somewhere. That Psalms 119 is the middle.
I'll give you that. I don't know.
I've never counted. So I don't know.
I don't know otherwise. So, okay.
Is Psalms 119?
We're going to talk about our psalm.
Is Psalms 119 in the middle of the Bible? Oh, I just need to know if I made it up. No! You made it up. 119 is not the middle chapter of the Bible. Psalms 118. Oh, I was off by a chapter. Whatever.
Psalm 118. Okay, well, there you go.
Oh,
I don't even know what that one's.
I don't know either. There's
I
a lot of
didn't pick it as one of my favorites, but anyway, we were talking a little bit about like worshiping and really that's what the whole book of Psalms is about, right? It all comes back to worship and poems and I've never written really a poem.
No, but you wrote a psalm.
I did write a psalm. Yes, when I took a Bible class. Bible 1 with Pastor Carmen at Beach Church. I wrote a psalm. It was sort of interesting.
Being that it's songs and poetry is probably why I don't love the book of Psalms, which, again, it's God's word, so I love it in the sake that it's God's word. Yeah. But it's never the first place that I go. I'm not a good... even with worship. I mean, I love a good worship song and it gets me, but it's not my favorite part of the service. Like even just thinking of the songs. Like when I walk out of church, like last week, Sean called me because he had gone to the Thursday night service and he was like, you have to be on time Sunday because the worship was amazing. So he walked away from the service with like the worship. I went on Sunday and the worship was great, but that's not what I walked away with. I walked away with the message is usually what impacts me. I'm not necessarily a good worshiper. I don't sit in poetry. I don't read.
Me either. Like I'm much more analytical and like things need to make sense. That's it. Like it's I'm not that creative bent of this. Like it's hard for me to read the Psalms and like I have to go, okay, he did it. Like it takes me a long time to get to the point.
And it's a lot of
fluff.
Floofy.
It's a lot of fluff.
The mountains are, and it's true. I sound terrible, like I'm negating it, and I'm not. But it's not. I'd much rather go to
James.
Right.
James is
do
like,
this.
Tell you like it is, right?
Go do this.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going. Whereas the Psalms is, and
there's a lot of like pageantry and imagery and stuff that you have to, like, it's not when he says like a tree, you're like, tree? Right? Yeah.
And David writes the majority of it. And I remember when we did a study on what character of the Bible you were most like, I was the least like David.
Yeah.
He was very, what is it, phlegmatic? Is that it? Melancholy is just straight. Sanguine's always happy. Caloric's like this. I think phlegmatic, they always said, was the up and down.
Yeah.
1 minute he's like, God is so good. And then the next minute he's like, kill me now, my enemies.
Well,
and so
you do go sort of like, it's psychotic, actually.
An emotional roller coaster of the laments and then the praises. Which is true in life, I would say, for a lot of people, but I think that's where I struggle with the Psalms. I don't love that.
Yeah.
So go read Psalms.
Yeah, exactly. You should read the Psalms.
So exciting.
You should read Psalms. But that is true. There's a lot of schizophrenic sounding. Like for me, I go, wait, I thought we were just good, and now we're, okay, go ahead and kill me, and then we're back.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. So.
Like I don't live that way.
So Psalms are a little hard for me. I mean, obviously they're God's word, but it's a little bit
tougher. We're gonna give it a go.
So
like it's going to be different because we don't have like a study. Like we can. I think when we do the lesson, we'll talk about how they're laid out. And
there's a whole.
But we are going to pick our favorite.
Yeah.
And so now, like, are we going to pick our favorite? Are we going to repick since we picked the same one?
Let's read one. Since we both picked it, it must be important enough to read.
Okay.
So read one.
I shall read one.
Read one.
Okay. Psalm 1.
The Psalm.
The Psalm. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. That was my verse once upon a time. Like when my word of the year was delight.
That was your word, okay.
Yes, his delight in the law of the Lord. Okay, sorry.
Here's
this
yours.
is verse 3.
He is like a tree.
He is like a tree. Verse 3, he is like a tree planted by streams of water. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff that the wind drives away. I was on the golf course last week, and there was chaff.
What is chaff?
It's like the sprinkly things of it's like wheat, right? And it's like the little tiny particles, and it blows in the wind, and it gets.
I debated on, is it chaff or chafe? Like when you're chafed.
No, I think it's
chaff. It's a thing, a real thing. That's great. Look at you.
And I saw it. Yeah. Okay, verse 5. We'll get through it. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish.
There is so much good in that.
There is.
That
it is a really good psalm.
Great.
I did, like, when I chose delight as my word, I chose a word of the year, and I walked into it like, I'm going to delight in stuff. Like, not stuff, but like, I'm going to just be joyful. I'm going to be content. I'm going to, and then I was looking through this, and this is the word. And it was delight in the law of the Lord. And that was not
what you were wanting
what
to delight
I
in.
thought the verse was going to be. And so it made me study like Deuteronomy and Leviticus a little bit, right? And go to the places where, you know, the Lord says you will, you know, the laws are what I want you to focus on, and I want you to know the laws, and there's such freedom in that. So it was just a really cool sort of path that I had to go down, that delight became such freedom in finding out what the Lord actually says, particularly from my history of a very rules-based, works-based upbringing, right? That like there are some stuff that's not in there that I thought like you had to do, right? Like you had to have communion in my family, like every Sunday you went to communion, right? And so like your week wasn't going to be right if you didn't go to mass. So like even when you're traveling, like there was no traveling exemption, right? So like things like that there was just such freedom in finding out what the law actually says.
Well, and the value of knowing the law, and by the law, really the Old Testament, piece of it. The value of knowing the law is how much more you appreciate grace.
For sure.
I don't think you can fully appreciate grace. And I had heard people say that forever. But I was also raised, not Catholic, but I was raised in an era. I think that wasn't just Catholicism as much as it was an era of Christianity where it was hellfire and brimstone. I accepted Christ as my Savior because I was terrified not to. That I'm going to go out and get hit by a car and die and go to hell. And so there was a fear-based that was taught. And then it came out, we always talk about it.
And the rules thing is fear-based.
It's
it's basically, you don't do this doesn't happen.
Right. And the entire Bible, the entire gospel, who God is I gave you laws so that you could live right. But no one can keep those laws. Therefore, I have grace, and I am grace. I came. And that's it.
That's right.
But you can't appreciate the grace unless you've tried to live the law or understand the law and realize that you can't.
What are there, like 600 and...
Oh, yeah.
There's
crazy ones.
Like 600 and something laws.
I think there's more than that.
Are there?
Maybe not. I'm another Google.
We're not going to Google that.
Don't Google it, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So there is value in understanding the law, so you understand grace.
Right. And I will say, like, I never really, I mean, this goes back a long time, but it was very rare that you bothered with the Old Testament, right? It was, you know what happened in Genesis, blah, 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 you know, you got Moses, the river, the thing, the blah, 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 right? And you sort of were done with the Old Testament, and then the rest of it was sort of wasted. Right. Is how we...
But God is so in
Oh my gosh. I mean... And when you start learning it, and you start reading it, and you start understanding it, and, you know, like we talked about last time, the timeline and what this looks like. And I read the Bible chronologically a couple of times, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like this is just so crazy. So I think I have such appreciation now because of the Psalms and understanding, like, if that is stored in your heart, there's such freedom in where you go with it.
And the Psalms talks about that over and over and over.
Right, that's why I keep saying that.
I mean, the entire book of Psalms is meditate on the law.
Yeah.
The law.
Right.
Meditate
Keep
on
it
the
in
law.
your heart.
Just
written on your heart.
Write it, learn it, study it, memorize it, know it. So it clearly was of value.
We could find out how many times law is written in it,
because
it's a lot.
Someone's going to know it for sure.
Yeah, but I guess for me that was a huge life change of, like, law's not bad, right? There's so much, yes, grace as a result of it, but just knowing that the laws were put there for my joy. So anyway.
That's good. That's good. I always took the first part of this, and I don't know when I heard this. It's one of those things that you hear. I clearly didn't come up with it. Somebody said it somewhere, and probably Pastor Soper. I don't know where I got it, but somebody tied in the first part of Psalms 1 to the story of Lot in the Old Testament.
Oh, yeah.
And It's so stuck with me that I can't read the first few verses of chapter 1 without thinking of the story of Lot. So whoever did this and tied it in is what made Psalms 1 come alive to me. So in the story of Lot, Abraham's brother, again, Old Testament, Lot and Abraham were going and doing their thing, basically, and then God said, we're going to divide and conquer. You know, you take one land, Abraham, and Lot, you take another. And Abraham kind of lets Lot choose. Like, you pick,
right,
you know,
right,
and
right.
Lot says, I'm going to take the one that's better land. It's better pastures, it's greener, more money, whatever. So he takes this land, and Abraham takes this land.
It didn't have to do with like there was too many animals and people and stuff to support,
so they had
right?
to separate. It was not a bad parting of the ways.
Exactly.
It was, we're going to divide and conquer. It was, Lot was a believer, Abraham was a believer, and we're going to do more for God if we divide and conquer. So at that point, it wasn't negative.
Or being good stewards.
And Lot takes the greedy side, right? Takes this, but it's closer to the city of Sodom. And Sodom was a ungodly community. And so no doubt there had to be conversation at that time, and you could see it happening today as far as, you know, well, I know they don't know Jesus, but I'm going to go in and change them and bring Jesus to them, and it's not going to impact me. I mean, we've said that. How many? We had the conversation when my kids would date people. But Mom, maybe I can bring them to Christ. You know, and it's just that conversation of, I think Lot said that, like, okay, this is better land, but I'm going to bring them to Christ. Either way, the verse says basically that he kind of tented and lived outside of the city of Sodom. Fast forward in the story, the next time you find Lot, Lot's moved into the city of Sodom. So now he's living in there. Fast forward chapters down the road, he is sitting at the gate, which basically means he held a political position in the city of Sodom, which was at the time the most horrible, ungodly city. Living in sin, all the bad stuff. And so you watch
prostituting their daughters,
like
things
horrible.
like
I mean, they end up burning Sodom down because it's so bad. So it was like the flood, like gone. So we watch Lot, who was a believer in Christ, doing things right, tiptoe outside of the sin. Then he was in the sin, and then he was running the sin, like he was living the sin. And they tied it back into this verse at the beginning of Psalms 1, which is said, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked," so doesn't walk in it, nor sits in the way of sinners, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scoffer. So you see the same, he doesn't walk by it, he doesn't stand in it, he doesn't sit in it. Like you just can't.
And it's a progression.
And it is a progression. Lot didn't start out saying,
I'm going in
and I'm going to be evil. Which is what ends up, and he loses his wife, and it's all that. But he starts on the edge. And then he's like a little closer, and isn't that sin in our lives? We think it's not going to be a big deal. And then it becomes, and then we're in it. And I loved that analogy of this verse that I can't get out of my mind. So when I read this, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of wicked, nor stands in the way of sinner, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. So it is also that you can't just not be by evil. You have to put something in, and what you're putting in is the law.
Keep putting
and you have to keep putting it in.
And on his law, he meditates day and night. Right.
Day and night. All the time, every day, all the time.
Because we do stray.
Right. Because then all of a sudden you're standing over here.
Right.
Pretty soon I'm walking, and now I'm
your
sitting
friend
in
is
it
over there
for a minute.
Yeah. You're definitely in charge of it. Yeah.
And we look at this as big things with Sodom. It starts with the little things.
Yeah. Nobody. Right. I mean, he didn't start out saying that. He just said, I'm going to go over that direction.
There's a verse that says, flee from evil. And we say that to our kids all the time. Just run away from it. Like, don't even be anywhere near it. When you even get kind of close, it's trouble. Just run away from it. And yet, we don't.
It's so easy to see when it's not you.
Yes. When it comes to us. How many things in our lives we stretch the truth? We don't do our best at work. I mean, we don't have to talk about major committing adultery, which those things are there, and I'm not minimizing them. But sometimes it happens with
it's just
I worked 8 hours, but I left 5 minutes early. The integrity of it. I'm watching shows that the reality is I probably shouldn't be watching. Right. And so it's not going to matter. No one's
It's not going to. It's not
a big deal. I know what it is. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just watching it. And so it starts
it's entertainment
with the little things, and then porn. You always hear people talk about it. And we've talked about it with our kids. Like it doesn't take much, and the next thing you know,
it's a slippery slope, isn't it? Yeah. All those things are slippery slope. I mean, I don't care what you talk about. You can talk about food. You can talk about exercise. You can talk about movies. You can talk about, sports. That's what happens with gambling. I'm going to go to Vegas and I'm going to do, I got $20. Right?
That's my fun night.
And
don't take my gambling away.
So, but
it starts.
But I think it's okay. It's what it was meant for. It's some entertainment. But when it starts influencing you instead of you influencing, and you can't, I think that you can, if you're memorizing and you understand the law and you're delighting in the law, those aren't even choices. Like you would never think that spending $20 on a slot machine is, it's okay, it's fun, it's entertainment, right? It's not defining you because
I'm delighting.
You're delighting in the law of the Lord. Everything's going to go take it down a bad path, no matter what it is. Even the really good stuff.
Right, because even that, everything is good. Lord made everything. Everything is good in moderation.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
But how slippery that slope.
But it's like, it even happens to me with good stuff, right? Like I said, I was going to tithe my time. And, there's a number on that, right? Tithe is 10%, right? And now, can it be different? But that is
that could get way out of hand.
If you don't have some accountability and somebody saying,
that's too much.
That's too much. Because it makes me feel good, right? And so I think it happens with good stuff. Especially when
even
you
exercise. You see people, I'm going to start an exercise, which is a great thing.
And then
the next thing you know, they're obsessive.
Right. And so I think even if I'm delighting in it, I think, well, this is God coming. I should go do this.
Even biblical. Yeah. You can be so into Jesus that you miss people. Right. You're just studying about Jesus, right? And then you miss the relationships and all of that. So anything, you're right, anything can be that. But I love that part.
We were laughing about that, like with one of our colleagues. We were yesterday in a meeting, and she gets up and she's like going to go help somebody, and we're all like, seriously?
Right. We're in a meeting. You're not supposed to be helping people right now.
And I'm like, this is what, like she could be Jesus, actually.
We all were like pounding the pavement and working, and she's out serving people.
Right.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I love that. Yeah. So when I read this, I can't not think of that story of Lot in that picture, which again, I didn't come up with it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
On his law, he meditates day and night. It's like a tree planted by streams of water. I think this is a fun verse that yields its fruit in its season. That teaches it doesn't happen right away. It happens.
There's seasons.
It has to grow into that, right? You planted it, it's growing, it's not there yet, it's going to get there, and then it's going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to eat it.
Right.
And then there's a dead time, and it's going to come back up. And that ebb and flow of those seasons, I think, is life.
It is such life. It's funny how everything keeps coming back to like seeds that are planted in you.
We clearly need to have a garden or something.
Right, exactly. But it is like we talk about those seeds, and sometimes they're flourishing, sometimes they're not, and sometimes God gives you
new seeds,
a break of those too, and just says, "This is a season of rest." And and then I went to my silent retreat, and did I tell you this? Did I tell everybody this? Like I had this whole literal conversation with God, and he took me out for a run, and this was on my 50th birthday. And so I was going out, I was going to go for a walk, and it was just like one of those hours that I can't even describe, but it was very clear. Everybody would say, slow down, you gotta slow down, you gotta slow down. I hate that, right? I hate that.
How do you do it all?
You work too much, right? I hate that. But anyway, it was, so I'm out on this path, and there were seconds that I was supposed to run, and it was very clear that I was supposed to run. Like my feet were as light as could be. And then there was a change, and I was supposed to just walk. And there was a bench, and I walked by the bench, and I was supposed to sit. It was just very clear.
Huh.
I was supposed to sit, and it was just a season of, and I had to go back and backtrack and sit, and I was like,
Okay,
oh,
Lord.
okay, Lord. Like it was, and I could hear it. Like I was in this zone that I can't even describe. But I do think, like that's how I think about seasons. Like sometimes God has me going so hard and so fast, and then He just sort of pulls the plug and says, okay, give me the reins back. Let me do it. I don't know why I have that. I've said that like 3 times today. But like,
because of my rodeo.
maybe it's your rodeo. We got to tell your
picture.
rodeo story.
Yeah.
But like, you do
my
take the
picture.
reins back, and then there's sometimes that we're just supposed to go at a pace that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, in that season. So anyway,
And there's seasons of ministry where sometimes you're just doing your job and you're just cooking dinners and driving kids to football and going to work and coming home and going to bed, and you think, I've done nothing of value, you know. And then there's other moments where you're like, did you just see that miracle? And then the next day there's a miracle, and there, you feel like there's this mountaintop moments that happen. And this verse says it yields its fruit in its season. I love that.
Yeah.
So that's a great verse.
Yes.
And
We have to read the.
and its leaf does not wither.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is great.
So even in a season, might
Yeah.
be seasons, but it doesn't wither. And then I love this, which again, I know people yell at me because I'm a big prosperity gospel person, which we could do a whole podcast on whether or not that's right or wrong. But I love that this says, and in all that he does, he prospers. This is one of those, we talk about the 4 to 1s.
Yes.
This is one of those
a positive
4,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If you do this, if you meditate on him, and there's going to be seasons up and down, but through that journey, you'll prosper. And that doesn't necessarily mean financially. It could mean in life. You will prosper in life.
Well, and you're getting closer and closer to Jesus and contentment, right? I mean, that is prospering. It's if you know the laws, prospering is that. If you know God's word, prospering is understanding more and more of God's grace. Prospering is like, it's not necessarily, we think about it as financial,
Right,
but
and
I
it
think
isn't.
and we just talked about, like, God's fingerprints are everywhere. And that's prospering, is knowing that God's fingerprints are on my life, even when I don't feel like they are. So that's prosperity.
That's prosperity. It's good. Then he goes on this whole thing about the wicked, which,
Right.
there it is.
There is.
When I am happy to read about the wicked. Overarching, I think what these show about the wicked is that God's in control of the good and the bad. And when somebody does us wrong, or somebody is evil, or you look at the world and you watch the news and you ask the question of, how can God let good things, bad things happen to good people, and how come bad people have good things, and all the questions. These verses are, God's got it, and God's keeping score at the end of the day, ultimately. And it says
He
the
will
wicked
judge.
aren't going to get it there.
Right.
Like, they're not going to
God
get
will
it.
judge.
And the righteous are.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you get to say, I get to take my hands off of what he's getting and she's getting and not getting, because God's got it.
Yeah. But the analogies, because we're so good at these,
Yes.
because being bright-brained or whatever we are. So you have the tree that has roots and is solid and goes deep and stands against the wind, right? And then you have the chaff that goes
Blows
back
away.
and forth and blows away and is not grounded and is not stable. And
That's good.
like, for me, that was like,
Preach
right.
it. That's good.
Like, I mean, you just watch this little, it's like a dandelion,
like
and
those.
it's like, it just goes away and you think, where are they going, right? Versus a tree,
It's just going to stand
it's,
there and
it's,
every
it's
year
gonna
reproduce.
bite. It's just, right, it's not gonna wither. So anyway,
That's
that's
good.
what I got.
It's good. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous, which basically just means there is a day of judgment for everybody. It's coming. Whether you
Coming.
believe it or not, it's coming.
It's coming.
For the Lord knows the way of the righteous. I love that. That's he sees it. Even when no one else does,
Yeah.
he sees it. When you make the right choice, he sees it. I love it. But the way of the wicked will perish. Oh,
Yeah.
I should have said to Johnny. No, I'm just teasing. God loves Johnny. So I love that psalm. Probably the most famous psalm.
I think.
Psalms 1 and 2 do not fit into the order of Psalms. So there's like an order to the book of Psalms, and Psalms 1 and 2, they call it the gateway. to the Psalms. So they are a little different than the rest of the Psalms, which is probably why we
That's
like
why
it,
we
because
like
it's a
it.
little bit
Right.
more like, oh, I
boom,
can get that. A lot of
funny.
analogy there, but
That's funny.
They
That's our
do call them the
lesson.
gateway, and they actually, in the real Bible, not the real Bible, this is the real Bible, but the original text, chapter 1 and chapter 2 are the same. We
Oh, they
divide
were?
them into chapters.
Oh,
so
okay.
when you would read
I didn't know
this
that.
in the original text, 1 and 2 are one psalm. We break them up at 2. So, and they call them the gateway, which
Good,
makes it
because
a little
it's
different.
very hard to memorize one as it is.
One, yeah. So we broke it up for ours, but it is
Okay.
1 and 2 are together, which I think
Nice.
is kind of cool. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So we will conquer
the next
Psalms
one
next
is
week.
yeah, the lesson of it. So
Yes.
that's where we'll get into,
a little
bit,
bit of it.
more of that kind of stuff, how it's
Yeah.
broken down, who wrote them, what it's all about.
Okay.
And then we have a legend coming, which is, like I said, I think our first meal. And that'll be fun because we're bringing somebody in that does worship. And again, we always talk about worship. It doesn't have to always be singing. But in our culture, in our context, that's the easiest way to
Well, and
understand
these were
worship.
intended
These are
sort
songs.
of for
yeah.
poems and songs and music, right? So I think that's
And
fair.
for laughter, we should come back and sing a song. And then
I
that'll make
promise
everybody
you, no one will ever come back again. No, my children would no, and no. You can sing. You can play the piano.
I can't.
No, I don't. No.
That
and
would be
no.
fun.
No, I
Most
will
of the
worship with
songs-
ribbons or
most
something
of the
behind
songs
you
have been
singing.
turned into songs, though, so we know them already.
No, for sure. It's
would be
not
fun.
those. I don't know the words.
That'd be good.
It's that. No, it's my voice that I don't carry.
I think
a
that would be
tune.
fun laughter.
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Nope. That was just a
You can
flat
play
out
the
nope,
piano
nope,
and
nope.
I'll do ribbons.
That's not
but
it. No. Good.
Piano. What are they called?
They're ribbons.
Ribbons.
I mean, we have flags and ribbons, but
Flags.
ribbons.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is I think
Maybe
they
flags,
yeah.
ribbons.
Okay. All right.
Talk about the history.
How was
of
your
worship.
life this
Good.
week?
Life was
Tell
good.
me about
life was
life
good.
this
Yeah.
week.
Where are we at? We have a little bit of time. Not bad. Yeah. So I had.
This is sort of a follow-up
Yeah.
to our theme of this
original
season.
episode was
Yeah.
This all started because of boots.
It did.
If you
That is
don't know
the-
that story, go back to episode 1, the first half, and
don't
it'll tell you why we started
right,
it.
the first half, it dies. The music dies. The
Microphones
die, so you don't have to listen. But it started because of
I bought boots.
about cowboy boots. Yeah, you're right.
It
really
literally
did.
started us sitting at the First Watch at one of our meetings, and I was like, I just bought cowboy boots. Can I wear cowboy boots
Right.
as a middle-aged
You're right.
woman? And that's what started it. And so we
thought we were so funny that we're like, we should tape our conversations. We are hysterical.
So we bought boots. That's so bad. And I only wore them once when we came here and did the live one. We wore the boots.
Yes, we did.
And so I wanted to wear the boots again.
Yes.
And so this week I got to wear the boots again. So Sean and I, empty nesting, which we had a question on our last episode about empty nesting. And so since we've been empty nesting, Sean and I have been trying to do once a week, once a month at least, a big
something.
day together, something. And we've been, these cards, we scratched this whole thing. And so this was our day. Saturday this week was our day to go do something. And because of life and certain things, we only had half a day, so we couldn't go as far or do as much. So we were like, what can we do
What are we gonna
here?
do?
And we found there was a barrel racing rodeo at the county fair. And I was like, I didn't even care about the racing. I just looked at
You're
Sean
like,
and I was like, I could wear my boots.
yeah.
Like, I don't
We're
care
going
what it is.
with the boots.
That's a place I can
Right,
go with the
right.
boots. And I was done. And I bought, when I bought the boots, a cute little shirt. At least I thought it was cute. Every time I wear it, somebody makes fun of me. And it's a horses, kind of cartoon-esque. And they're waving their cowboy
Oh, yeah,
hats
yeah,
and they're like
like the-
jumping,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and it's
Right.
this whole printed Western
Nice,
kind of a shirt.
nice,
And I loved
yes.
it. And I was like, I can wear my cowboy boots, and it's middle of summer in Florida, so I can wear my jean shorts, and I can wear my cowboy shirt, and I can go to the rodeo. So we literally picked this so I could dress like this. So I went home, I had it all laid out. I had my cowboy boots. I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
Who am I going to show? But I'm taking pictures. I'm so excited. Sean even says, we'll drive the truck instead of the car, which his truck is terrible. But like this was
Yeah,
like,
this is like-
we're going.
yeah,
So
we're
we
in.
pull up
We're
in this
all in.
big old truck in my boots. When we pull up, there's a barbecue food truck. Like I was like, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. And I get out of the car and I am walking with like swag. I mean, I am walking
yes,
in my
yeah.
boots, like I am all that. And I turn the corner to go into the arena where the always was. Not one person had on boots. I was the only one. And Sean, I made him wear like a flannel shirt.
It's only 100 degrees.
It's 900 degrees out. It was so bad. We walk around the corner. I mean, and they weren't just not in boots.
Yeah.
We walked into an arena that had some of probably the wealthiest people in the world who pay large sums of money for their little kids to be in an equestrian club.
Right.
And so, I mean, these were
And
like...
you know, they bring their horses from different
in
places.
their trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, these were
the horses
not
live better than
cowboys.
you and me.
These were not cowboys. And I mean, I
Audis and
stuck
the
out
Porsches.
like a sore thumb in
drove
my
that
boots
truck?
and a buckle. Like, that was so bad.
Oh my God.
So we were taking pictures. I mean, it was really bad.
But-
My kids were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I just needed a place to wear my boots." So
it all starts with our
went.
shoes.
Yes, I went. So we could make a psalm about that. I could have made a song
That's funny.
about it.
I love that. Well, my boot story is sad, actually. So
These boots, we got to find places to wear them. What is your boot story?
So I bought Shania Twain tickets for my birthday,
I love her.
and I was all excited, and the whole thing started with the damn boots. Sorry, I shouldn't say damn. With the boots, and I'm like, I
That's it, I gotta find places
she's
for the
coming. I'm like,
boots.
I can wear my boots. Like, how pathetic. I'm like, I can wear my boots. And so anyway, I'm all fired up about this. I invite the kids. I'm like, we're going to Shania Twain. Turns out one of my kids is his favorite person.
Really?
Yeah.
Which kid?
Alex.
Shania?
Yes,
That's
that
really
was my
funny.
first album. I'm like, no way. Anyway. Right. So anyway.
I do love her.
Anyway. So for my birthday, I was going to wear my cutoff
It's a big
jeans,
deal.
of course. Right? I was
That's
going to wear
fun.
I was going to wear this. They bought me like those little turquoisey earrings,
Oh, yeah.
and I have a vest with like the fringe
frills,
on it,
yeah.
and a really cool looking T-shirt with like pictures on it like that. And I'm all fired up to go to Shania Twain. And Andrew got into a golf tournament that we're super excited about, but now I'm not going. So if you send in a question, maybe you'll get a ticket.
You'll get a ticket. Oh, no.
Yeah, no, she's coming. Yeah, so I'm gonna miss
Can you
it.
trade them
Can I trade the tickets?
for like another? Is she like going to
She's
Tampa,
here.
and you can maybe go see her in
No,
Tampa?
I looked for like where I could go, but no, you can't. So you can sell them. I could sell
Yeah, you
them,
have to sell them.
but I was very proud of my tickets.
So we have to find a place to wear boots.
So yeah, maybe we can end the season.
Oh, back in our
We're
boots.
we're going to Breeze Island. We can wear boots there.
Boots there.
Everybody wears boots there.
We gotta wear our boots.
Yeah.
We need to do one
Sure about
live
the
from like a
cutoffs. We could
I
go
was gonna
ride
say square
horses.
dancing. Where's the line dancing?
Line dancing. We
need
could
to
go ride
do-
the horses there.
Okay. I don't have spurs. Do I need spurs
No.
on the boots? I just have boots.
Right.
I don't have spurs.
We probably need. What are the pants called?
Chaps.
Chaps. We probably could.
Chaps.
You can. Our jean
We are
shorts
such
might not work.
cowgirls.
Yeah.
That
Next
is
year,
so
next
funny.
season, we're gonna have better shoes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Choice
So
of
we
shoes,
started
so.
with the boot
Anyway.
issue. So that's life, a little bit
Yes,
of life.
yeah.
You're doing a lot of golf. I'm doing a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Summer's going by so quickly.
It's going by so quickly.
So
It is. All right. Episode
lots of traveling. Yeah. Episode 18 is in the
out.
books. Yeah, we're out. We're doing a lesson next time, which
Lesson on
requires
songs.
some study.
It does.
Yeah.
These have been good for me.
Yeah. No kidding.
I mean, they
know,
made
me
me
too.
dig a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Which is good.
Yeah. So
it
and maybe if
helps.
we get lucky, I'll read mine.
There you go.
Okay.